Inside your body, there is an entire world you cannot see. A world made of trillions of microscopic organisms. Bacteria, fungi, virus, tiny life forms living inside your digestive system. For a long time, people believed these microbes were mostly harmful, invaders that needed to be eliminated. But the reality is very different. Many scientists now believe these microbes may influence far more of your health than most people realize. Your metabolism, your immune system, your mood, even the foods you crave. In other words, the bacteria in your gut may be shaping parts of your behavior and health every single day. Many people think digestion is simply about breaking food down. But the reality is that digestion is only the beginning. Because once food enters your digestive system, an entire ecosystem begins interacting with it. And that ecosystem lives inside your gut. Scientists call this community the gut microbiome. It is one of the most complex biological systems in the human body. Inside your large intestine alone live trillions of microbes, thousands of different species, each performing different roles. Some help break down nutrients. Some produce chemical compounds that influence the immune system. Others help regulate inflammation. Together they form something similar to a rainforest ecosystem. Different species interacting, competing, cooperating, constantly shifting depending on the environment. Many people imagine bacteria as something that simply infects the body. But the reality is that most gut bacteria are not enemies. They are partners. Without them, your body would struggle to process many types of food. One of the clearest examples is fiber. Fiber exists in vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains. But the human digestive system cannot fully break fiber down by itself. Instead, fiber becomes food for gut microbes. When bacteria consume fiber, they ferment it. And during this process, they produce molecules known as short-chain fatty acids. These molecules may sound obscure, but they play important roles inside the body. They provide fuel for the cells lining the colon. They influence inflammation. They may help regulate blood sugar. And they appear to affect how the body manages energy. In other words, gut microbes do not just digest food. They transform food into signals that influence your metabolism. But digestion is only part of the story. Another discovery surprised scientists in recent decades. Your gut communicates directly with your brain. Many people assume the brain controls the body in a one-way direction. Brain sends commands, body follows. But the reality is more like a conversation. Your gut constantly sends information back to the brain. One of the main pathways for this communication is the vagus nerve, a long nerve connecting the digestive system and the brain. Signals travel along this pathway all day. Information about nutrients, information about inflammation, information about what is happening inside the gut. But microbes appear to influence this conversation as well. Certain gut bacteria produce chemical compounds that interact with the nervous system. Some even influence the production of neurotransmitters. One example is serotonin, often called the feel-good chemical. Many people assume serotonin exists mostly in the brain, but the reality is surprising. A large portion of serotonin in the body is produced in the digestive system. This does not mean gut bacteria directly control emotions, but it does reveal something important. The digestive system and the brain are deeply connected, which helps explain a common experience. Stress can upset digestion, and digestive problems can affect mood. Two systems, constantly influencing each other. But if gut microbes are so important, why do many people today struggle with gut health? Part of the answer may lie in how modern lifestyles shape the gut ecosystem. For most of human history, human diets contained large amounts of fiber, wild plants, vegetables, roots, whole foods rich in complex carbohydrates. These foods fed diverse microbial communities. But modern diets often look very different. Ultra-processed foods dominate many meals. These foods are typically low in fiber, but high in refined carbohydrates, fats, and additives. From the perspective of gut microbes, this environment can dramatically change which species survive. Some beneficial bacteria decline, other species expand, and the ecosystem becomes less diverse. Another major influence is antibiotics. Antibiotics have saved millions of lives, but they are powerful tools. They do not only eliminate harmful bacteria, they can also affect beneficial microbes living in the gut. After antibiotic treatment, the gut ecosystem sometimes recovers quickly, but sometimes the microbial balance changes, and rebuilding that diversity can take time. This combination of diet patterns and environmental factors can reshape the microbial landscape inside the gut, which leads to an important question. If the gut ecosystem can be disrupted, can it also recover? Many people believe fixing gut health requires complicated protocols. expensive supplements, strict elimination diets, detox programs. But the reality may be simpler. One of the most powerful influences on gut microbes is fiber. Fiber acts as food for beneficial bacteria. When fiber intake increases, microbial diversity often increases as well. Another important factor is food variety. Different microbes feed on different nutrients. A diverse diet supports a diverse ecosystem. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, each provides different types of fiber, which feed different microbial communities. Fermented foods may also introduce beneficial microbes. Foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir. These foods have been part of traditional diets for centuries, not as health trends, but as natural methods of food preservation. Yet they also interact with the gut ecosystem, gradually shaping the microbial community inside the digestive system. And this shaping does not happen overnight. Just like forests take time to grow and stabilize, gut ecosystems change gradually, meal by meal, day by day, habit by habit, which leads to a fascinating perspective on health. Your body is not just a collection of organs. It is also a habitat, an environment supporting trillions of microscopic life forms. And those life forms interact with your biology in ways scientists are still discovering. Many people believe health is controlled by individual organs, the heart, the brain, the liver, but the reality is more interconnected. Human biology is a network, and the gut microbiome appears to be one of its most active hubs, a system that influences digestion, immune response, metabolism, and communication with the brain, which means your gut is doing far more than simply processing food. It is helping regulate how your body functions, moment by moment, day by day. Your gut is not just part of your digestive system. It may be one of the most important control centers in your entire body.